Hey everybody, welcome to the bone-shattering, thunder-clapping, spooky Halloween scare-tacular nerd overload episode. Pop and Geek Culture Show. I'm Cody.
I'm Sam.
And my costume is of a depressed man.
This week we have a special guest. Parker's here.
Thank you.
Yeah, Parker. He's been with us for quite a long time. He helps us find news and stuff, and a huge horror movie guy.
Indeed.
So that is why he is here. And yeah, we're going to be talking about some horror, some spooky stuff.
Some spook 'em ups.
Some spook 'em ups. Yep. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into our check 'em outs.
Check it out!
It would be super fun to have a theremin cover of that for Halloween.
It would, yeah. Yeah, no, that's, yeah. Yes. Yeah. I like it.
And then a thunderclap, and then a
I could maybe put a thunderclap and a laugh in post. If I get motivated, it's going to be right here. There you go. All right. So yeah, let's get into some things we've been doing. And Parker, you're the man of the hour.
Okay.
Here we go. Let's talk about some movies.
Okay. So as is the standard for October, I'm doing 31 for 31, which is just every day throughout the month of October, watch and review a different horror movie. I'm getting more and more to the point of just trying to make all of them first-time watches just to make it a little interesting. So a couple of highlights. One of them is Weapons, which came out back in August, I want to say, but was able to rent it on YouTube. And it is the follow-up by Zach Kreger from Whitest Kids You Know, who made Barbarian a couple years ago that really took the scene by storm. And in this case, it's about a small town, Pennsylvania, where, for reasons unknown, an entire class of third graders, save for one kid, just suddenly walk up in the middle of the night and just run away to some undisclosed location. And the town is having, as you can imagine, an entire hysteria about it.
Mm-hmm. That the visual of like the Ring doorbell cam visuals of kids running out of their house with their arms out is so good. It's so striking.
Oh, yeah. It's told non-linearly, but every perspective adds just enough context to make the little backtracking feel more interesting. And I don't want to get into too much discussion because it's hard to discuss without spoiling it, but it is a nice slow burn that leads to this really wild and intense kind of finale towards the end that, for the most part, really works to its advantage. And I would say a lot of it goes to the acting from Josh Brolin, who's kind of one of the parents, and then I'm blanking on the actual name of the teacher, but she's kind of a flawed character who you root for, but recognize she is absolutely a mess. Aside from that, one of the new ones that came out for the season in streaming is the, I believe, 8th installment of the VHS franchise, this time just titled Halloween.
I need to watch this one.
Yeah,
you're the only one I've not seen.
Yeah, I know Cody, you love the VHS. I know you watch them every one that comes out.
Oh, yeah. Especially since Shudder got them and now does a little bit more quality control compared to when Dread Central held them. This one is basically another set of like 5 shorts. The wraparound is this supposed like 80s testing video for a new diet spooky themed soda and called Diet Phasma.
Oh, that's a good name.
Yeah, but basically in between, the test subjects all experience some kind of serious supernatural kind of problems. Mm-hmm. This one has like 5 brand new directors, so there's no returning directors from the past. I would say the best 2 shorts were Fun Size, which is a group of people just kind of leaving a Halloween party, disappointed, go to this house for trick-or-treating and see these brand new kind of unknown candies that they pick it up, they get sucked into the ballot box and then find out where the factory is and realize that they are going to be the next candy.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. I would say that, and probably the best one has to be the last one, which is kind of set between the late 70s and the early 80s of this father-son duo who have for years been building up this homemade haunted house, and the father is trying to top it and get his son back into the game to try and reconnect with him. And this time, he, in addition to building a more elaborate set, goes to this little, thrift good store and basically shoplifts this vinyl record of all these Halloween soundtracks.
Okay.
Only to start basically playing it and playing on the trope of backmasking, so playing it backwards.
Oh, sure. Yeah. That old shtick.
Yeah,
Oh,
but it works because it's in the early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
I might watch this when I get home.
Yeah, it's on Shudder, but you can also view it on Amazon.
Okay. Yeah.
I've got the Shudder subscription, so
Yeah, it's around the middle of the pack. It's not quite as good as 1, 2, or 94, but it's better than VHS 85 and Viral.
94 was my favorite, I think.
It's tough. It's between that and 2 are the best ones because those have the best batting average for all the shorts.
The one with Ratma is really good. I love that one.
94.
Yeah. Hail Ratma.
Hail Ratma.
Okay, what are some of the, what are some of the stinkers? What are some of the ones that were just not?
Oh.
Because, you got to have the bad with the good.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so gotta tear the Band-Aid off because I know some people really love one of these two for nostalgia, but I'm sorry, 13 Ghosts and Ghost Ship do not hold up.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Well, so 13 Ghosts, the design of the ghost is cool, and
Yes.
it has Matthew Lillard, who couldn't carry a false note if he tried. So, because he can make the dumbest lines sound awesome.
That's funny that
But-
Shaggy is in a movie called 13 Ghosts.
Yeah.
Like 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo.
And the previous one had Vincent Price, the original one.
No. That was
am I
back
thinking?
in. You're thinking House on Haunted Hill.
I'm thinking House of Haunted Hill.
Yeah,
right.
maybe by the same studio that we
Yeah,
made them.
yeah. Well, they look kind of the same.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. The downside is the haunted house isn't really a proper haunted house, and because of how horribly edited and cut it is, a lot of these scare scenes just don't work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, then I love him and Monk, but Tony Shalhoub was not a leading man, and he is far too stupid to be the star of this.
He always seems like he seems like a very high supporting character when it comes to movies. Yeah, he's never really hit that leading man kind of stature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then,
But Monk was great, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the other stinker was Ghost Ship, which was the second to last movie directed by Stephen Beck, who also directed the 13 Ghosts remake, as I mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
It's best known for that intro on a ship where a cable wire just kind of goes rogue and just, slices everyone except one person on the ship.
Mm-hmm. I do remember that very vividly, yeah.
It's the Final Destination log truck for boats.
Yes.
And cables.
It is. Yeah, but after that, it's just really generic and forgettable. And sadly, even with the great cast it has, including a young Carl Urban, they just can't carry it. It is just forgettable.
Ah, that's a shame.
Yeah. It's pretty, but outside the intro, nothing really worth noting.
Yeah. Speaking of horror movies, we'll kind of bounce back and forth here. We'll get back to yours. I rewatched The Thing. It's been a very long time since I've watched The Thing. I loved it.
Did he say it's clobbering time?
It's something like that. Something like that.
Oh.
I kept thinking the whole movie that Wilford Brimley was going to turn into a bunch of rocks.
Right.
Right.
But, no,
The
it's
dog was like, it's slobbering time.
perfect.
I sound like I wrote these in advance, but I swear I didn't.
You're just that good.
Yeah.
You're just that good.
So, have you actually heard about the various theories as to who was the thing at the end?
I ascribe to neither of them. I think in the novelization, Niles does kill himself at the end, the cook.
Yes. Yeah.
In the movie, it's left completely ambiguous. And I go by movie instead of novelization.
Okay.
So I believe that he just took off and he was the thing. And
Childs?
No, not Childs. The cook.
Okay.
Because you don't see where he ends up, and Niles is also the one that claims he saw Childs out and about. So I figured he's misdirecting to whatever. I know that there's a theory that McCready either got turned or has been one the whole movie, and he's been kind of like playing a subterfuge thing because I can kill the other parts of myself because I'm already here.
I know from listening to the Shout Factory Blu-ray commentary between Carpenter and the cinematographer Dean Cundy. Cundy states that you can tell who's the thing because the scene right when they're about to reveal, he takes the catch light off of them. So basically, the light doesn't reflect in their eyes.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
Because it happens with all the other guys. Like, it happens to Norris. It happens to all the other guys that become things. And right when Childs comes back, to meet McCready after he destroys the thing, Catchlight's not there.
Interesting. Very interesting.
But I also do like the idea that neither of them are the thing, and they're just going to just sit out and just freeze to death because they can't trust each other.
Yeah. I mean, I know the easy answer is it's Childs because he's so antagonistic through the entire film.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Plus, he just disappeared for the finale.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I haven't seen the thing in a long time.
It still holds up.
Yeah, it's a good thing that they never did some kind of sequel or prequel or anything like that. It just doesn't exist. You know what?
The prequel has interesting ideas, but it's too much of that time where it was real CG heavy.
Yeah.
There's a game
that
I hear is good.
The story was great. The gameplay was but granted, it was like early PS2 era.
Sure.
There's a Night Dive just remastered it, so
really?
it might be better.
Nice.
I know John Carpenter is literally just in it too. He plays a character that looks exactly like him.
Oh, of course.
Excellent. Excellent. Was he just smoking pot and playing video games the entire time? Because that's what he does with his life now. And I can't blame him.
Or he'll just make albums.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Lost themes.
I would love to go to one of his band, I put in quote, band's concerts. Because it's just him sitting at a synthesizer with a backing band, and he just goes through all of the synth music from all of his movies, and a couple of new ones as well. And I've heard they are phenomenal.
Yeah.
If they ever come, they barely ever tour, but if they ever come in the Central Ohio area, I would absolutely go see it without a doubt. All right, let's jump to Cody for a minute.
Well, if we want to keep talking about horror movies, I watched the 2 movies by the director of the, what's it called? Bring Her Back?
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
I watched Bring Her Back, and then the movie it's 2 brothers that I forget their name. The movie they made beforehand, it was called Talk to Me. But,
Talk to Me. Yes,
yeah.
I do know that one.
Bring Her Back was really, really good.
That's on the short list.
It's wild. It's one of those movies where afterwards you're like, man, that was messed up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's about a blind girl and her brother that watches over her. Their dad commits suicide, and they have to go live with a foster lady who is up to something.
Okay.
And I don't want to spoil what that is because it earns it. For one, but the whole time, part of the fun is going like, this lady's up to something.
It's hard to talk about horror movies in general because they're all predicated on the twist. They're all predicated on the surprise. And when you're talking to people about horror movies, it's tough to go, "Hey, this is great. Why?"
I can't tell you.
Trust me.
Right. Like maybe you get because of this one actor.
Yeah, that's basically it. But okay, Parker, back to you.
Okay. So aside from going through 31 for 31, I've been revisiting Twin Peaks just because I've been going through David Lynch's catalog after he passed away earlier this year. And
I love Twin Peaks.
Oh yeah, it is one of the most unique and weird shows, but it has so much character and heart that you just can't help but love it.
I still need to watch the return episodes.
It's great.
I've not seen them.
I've heard they are, depending on the episode, they run great to pretty okay.
It's also latter-day David Lynch, so he was even more improv heavy than before. So sometimes like, this feels like you guys just kind of were winging on the spot, and sometimes feel like you actually thought this through.
I can't take Michael Cera as a greaser seriously.
Yeah, he's one of those guys.
It's just not cast correctly.
He's one of those guys like Tobey Maguire. He just never quite grew out of his early to mid-20s.
Yeah. So Twin Peaks is great. It's been a grip since I've sat and rewatched it.
I don't think I ever finished the second season, but I felt like
that sounds about right for you, Cody.
I felt like I didn't need to because it was really falling off.
Well, when David Lynch left the show, it lost its direction.
Yeah, have you ever seen the show he did prior to this, On the Air? It was it only lasted like 5 or 6 episodes. It was more of a comedy with strange, weirdo elements.
I've meant to.
Miguel Ferrer is the lead. The other 2 actors are great, but I have not committed their name to memory, but it's set in like some nebulous modern 80s 50s kind of mix, his style.
Yeah, of course.
Like low budget television station that you have an old time film actor that is now a falling star, and some extra that gets super famous, and things get weirder and weirder and weirder. It only lasted one season, but it's what he did maybe like a year or two prior to Twin Peaks. Okay. It's what got his foot in the door for television.
I'm surprised that a TV station saw that and said, "Okay, do another thing."
Yeah, right.
Well, he also had a bunch of the cachet from Blue Velvet and The Elephant Man.
Yeah. I need to watch The Elephant Man.
Me too.
It's a fantastic movie. I want to say it was Stanley Kubrick and maybe Mel Brooks produced it and basically put their thumb on the scale to let him have full control.
Mel Brooks was a silent producer because he didn't want his name on the film anywhere because they thought
it would be a comedy.
If they billed him with being produced by Mel Brooks, everyone would think it's a comedy.
It was the same thing when he did David Cronenberg's The Fly.
Yes, absolutely.
I didn't know he was involved with The
Oh
Fly.
yeah, no, like straight up when he was producing it. That one, Fox actually made like silly little kind of bee fly and bee hats because they thought it was gonna be a goofy comedy.
Yeah, yeah. Mel Brooks. I mean, he's known for comedy. He's an amazing comedian, a great director, a great writer. But more than anything, he recognizes good filmmakers and good premises, good films when he sees them.
Absolutely.
And he definitely, he's made more money than God because of, Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, what have you. So, like, he can throw around and back smaller projects that are interesting but otherwise may not have been made. Okay, let's see. Something else. I'm trying to think. There was a bad horror movie I watched, but go ahead.
I didn't talk about Talk to Me.
Talk about Talk to Me. Yeah.
Those two directors. The previous movie, it's about a group of teenagers that have this like mummified hand that they can use to talk to the dead, or kind of like let the dead inhabit their body for 90 seconds.
Okay.
And it feels like some sort of analogy for party drug use, because they always use it in a group together, and then it ruins one girl's life.
Oh.
But it was good. It felt like it was kind of hitting a similar vein as Bring Her Back, but just not as strong.
I remember the bad movie I watched, Idle Hands.
Oh, the one with Devin Sawa?
Yes.
That one is definitely a teenager horror comedy.
Yeah, it doesn't hold up.
Yeah, that's been on the list for a while, but I felt that was going to be the case.
The only good part that I really liked were the side characters played by Seth Green and one of the Bash brothers from Mighty Ducks, Eldon something or other. He's Foggy Nelson on the Deadpool show. But
Eldon Henson,
that's it. Thank you. But they both die off and are like reanimated zombies cracking jokes because they're the main guy's best friends.
Right.
And they're the best part. It's a very teen version of not Jack, David Jack from American Werewolf in London, where he's slowly kind of falling apart, and he just kind of shows up from time to time. Yeah. It's same kind of idea, but
with a new metal soundtrack.
Yes.
American Werewolf is so good.
Oh, that's still a top 3. That might be the best horror comedy ever, even more than Shaun of the Dead.
Yes,
probably
I put it up there.
The best werewolf movie.
Yeah, that's what I kind of gotta give you that, because that transformation scene is still that's so good. It created the Oscar, I believe, for best makeup.
There was another werewolf movie that I actually quite enjoyed. Oh, there's the fireworks.
I watched The Howling not too long ago, and that sucked.
The one from Joe Dante?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was when he was still doing indie before he got Gremlins.
Yeah.
It's goofy as all get out, and it takes way too long for the werewolves to show up.
Which is more than you can say for The Howling 2, Your Sister is a Werewolf.
Oh, that one's great, though.
well, great.
Sybil Danning? Hell yeah.
Well, and also Lord Christopher Lee.
Yes.
Which, that's the story of him being involved in that is still legendary. as just to how bad it is.
Oh, sure.
See,
Yeah.
at least that sounds like fun.
Mm-hmm.
The first Howling thinks it's a lot more fun than it is.
Yeah.
Oh no, no, the second one still does, but the problem is right when they were getting ready to start shooting, Fox sent them the box of the costumes, and they were supposed to be werewolves. The problem is they were leftover suits from Planet of the Apes.
That's right.
And so
That's right.
And so
They're like
it was
ape suits with wolf faces.
Yeah, it's like Philippe
Yeah.
Moore was the director. He's like, "Oh God, what am I going to do?" He looks to Christopher. He's like, "Christopher, what can I do?" And Christopher basically tells him, "It's like, look, you will pan the camera to me, and I'll just give a monologue about before they become a werewolf. There's an ape phase."
There you go. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
That's all it
That's okay,
takes.
because the werewolf in the Howling kind of looks like the bunny rabbit man from Donnie Darko.
Yeah, yeah.
Frank the Bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, other werewolf. We're on a roll. We're going to talk about werewolf movies.
Yeah.
Ginger Snaps, I liked to an extent.
I love
but,
Ginger Snaps.
I couldn't relate to it as much because I am not a
Teenage girl?
preteen girl going through puberty.
Yeah.
So
you've never had a period.
I've never had a period, so
Yeah.
it's like something is lost, but it was good. There was one, and I cannot. It might have just been Werewolf or Wolf or something like that. It was Jack Nicholson and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, it was Wolf.
Wolf. I actually, it's a slow burn, and there's not a lot of the transformation and stuff, but I liked that one quite a bit.
Oh, I still love every now and again rewatching Dog Soldiers.
Oh, Dog Soldiers.
That one's so great.
Oh. And then if you're getting into the really bad stuff, there's one from Mystery Science Theater called Werewolf.
Werewolf.
Because one of the female lead has a East European accent, and she
Werewolf.
cannot say werewolf to save her life. Right. What you mean? You become a werewolf?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
There's a shot of the werewolf driving a car.
It's fantastic.
In that movie, that's so
Oh
funny.
yeah, they turn a cop, and he's driving a van. So
Yeah.
he's has a old timey policeman's hat and uniform, but he's like,
Wow, is that cheap?
oh yeah, it is something else. Yeah.
And it has one of Mystery Science Theater's most iconic songs.
Oh, which one is that? I
The
forget.
werewolf.
That's right. The doo-wop.
Yeah.
The 50s doo-wop. Werewolf. Werewolf. Yeah. Are you over there, wolf, or something like that?
We'll just play it over the break.
There we go. Yeah, I'll just kind of play it. If I get motivated, I'll play it here.
Where, oh, werewolf, I've looked everywhere, werewolf. Where, oh, where is my werewolf? Listen up, girls. Late one night.
Yeah, okay, let's go back into some other movies. You got anything else? We were talking about through our chat, the Werewolf the Ascension. Is that right?
Yeah, World of Darkness. That was
That's the World of Darkness one.
Yeah. Well, it's Werewolf.
game?
It's Werewolf, the Apocalypse, and Forsaken.
That's the one. Yes.
Basically,
Sorry.
because that was related to the release of this week. The long-awaited Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 finally came out.
Yeah, I've put a decent amount of time into it.
It's decent.
Yeah, it's not as good as the first one, but it's not without merit.
Yeah. The modding, the fan base will mod it into being a more salvaged game like they did the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
I just think the pacing is not good is the problem.
Yeah.
Because you play as a vampire that has another vampire's mind stuck in yours.
Okay.
And he's a Malkavian 1920s detective.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And
Yeah.
sometimes you have to play as him in a memory, and it bogs the pace of the game
really?
down.
Even though
bummer.
they already gave you 6 clans or classes for D&D lingo to play.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it turns out the class you pick at the beginning doesn't matter anyway because you can learn the skills from
you can
all
just get
the
all
other
of them?
classes anyway.
Oh,
Yeah.
Which really cuts down on specializing your
multi-class,
character.
your vampire type.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the point of a tabletop or video game RPG is being able to customize.
Yeah, I hate when games are afraid to lock you out of things.
Yes.
Because it makes your choices not mean anything if you can just have it all.
That was my biggest issue with Mass Effect Andromeda. You could just swap over to one of the other classes.
Yeah, kind of. You lose some of that specialness of the character creation, I guess.
Yeah.
A lot of Bethesda games, especially later Bethesda games, are afraid to lock you out of anything. They always want you to feel like you're the most special boy in the universe.
Well, if you're playing an 80-hour game and you don't get all the story, how many people are going to go back and play another 80 hours to get a few extra cutscenes?
I mean, if you design it right to where you have like a whole different moveset, or a whole different way to try to tackle these challenges as a different class, that does make the replay value worth it.
Baldur's Gate 3?
Baldur's Gate 3, or Fallout 3 with how you got to choose what classes you specialized in.
Sure.
And thus leveled up faster.
Yeah.
Or even like the original Vampire. I mean, it wasn't super expansive, but you could, depending on what class you picked, you came into situations differently. Or like if you picked a Nosferatu, you couldn't walk around the streets at all. You had to travel through the sewers.
Oh, yeah. No boys are best boys.
There is a horror... I think it was a 2-part TV miniseries, 2-part or 4-part.
It's called It.
yeah. It's called It. You might have heard of it. Yeah. It's got a clown. It's kind of spooky. No. I remember watching it when it was live years and years and years ago. I even think I may have taped it, but it's gone now, and I cannot find a decent transfer of it. Like, everything is all like,
Stephen King's Rose Red.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait, is this Rose Red?
No. It was called House of Frankenstein. It was they took the name from one of the old classic films.
Yeah, that's a Hammer movie, I believe.
Okay. But it was set in, modern at that time, mid-90s. And it was a Dracula, or not a Dracula, but a vampire. I use the term Dracula and vampire interchangeably. I think it's funny when you call all vampires Draculas. So there was a Dracula, a woman that was slowly turning into a werewolf.
Okay.
And the unthawed, previously frozen, unthawed Frankenstein's monster.
Interesting.
Like they find him. He doesn't call himself Adam, but otherwise he is the one from the Mary Shelley book. Mm-hmm. They find him modern day, much like Captain America.
Like Captain America,
Frankenstein. They find and they thaw him. Yeah, unfreeze him.
The first Universal Monster Avenger.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Cap did turn into a werewolf that one time.
I'm not surprised.
No, yeah. Well, comics.
Right,
Everyone has done everything all the time.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But no, I can't. I've been looking forever. The only halfway decent looking one that I found that is technically 720p, but still 4:3, was someone used AI up-resing, but they turned it on super high, so everything looks like weirdly flat. And like it threw off the lighting. It looks like everything kind of blends together with the background, and like if something moves too quickly, it like jars really hard. Yeah, it did not quite satisfy, but I'm still looking for that one. It was good, if I remember correctly. It's slow, but it was good.
All right.
I feel like I had more stuff to say about Vampire too, but now I can't think of it.
Well, here's a question. So you played Vampire Masquerade. Sam, have you ever played?
I haven't.
Okay, so
I'm aware of it. I've watched Let's Players play it.
Okay,
put it that way.
So what's your favorite clan in Vampire, Cody?
I usually play Tremere, the Blood Wizard.
I understand being a vampire wizard has a big appeal. Usually I would play Nosferatu just because I like to be an information broker and also be able to use animalism.
Yeah. What are the other classes, I guess?
So short one, there's Ventrue, which is your standard Dracula vampire.
Okay.
They're kind of the most well-rounded, but kind of generic. Mm-hmm. There's Bruja. They're basically your anarcho-punk rockers.
Nice.
They're basically the main fighters. Then there's
that would be my second pick.
Yeah. And then there's the Gangrel, which is actually what the name of the wrestler is saying.
The wrestler, yes. I did know that Gangrel.
Yep. They are basically, if Bruja are the fighter class of Vampire Masquerade, then Gangrel are the barbarians.
Oh, gotcha.
But their thing is they live outside the city, and they're meant to basically be the wardens against werewolves.
Okay.
Yeah, they're very animalistic.
Yes.
The character wrestler Gangrel makes sense then, because he was always just on the outside of being a popular wrestler.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So, it's basically those, and then there's your Tremere, which are basically the wizards of Vampire Masquerade. Toreadors are they're big into illusions, but they're attracted by the artisans.
I like that one too.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's a couple of special ones like La Sombra, which are pseudo-Lovecraftian vampires that, use the shadows as their power source.
Okay, gotcha.
And then, as Cody mentioned, Malkavians, they basically are able to see past the veil of reality, so they can see various different things. Like, say, the camera we're looking at could, in our reality, be a giant cherry orchard tree.
Okay, you know what? The Wachowski siblings must be big fans of Vampire the Masquerade,
I'm sure.
because in the second, I forget if he's in the third one, but in the second one, they introduced the Malkavian, who is like a Matrix vampire, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first, the Matrix also does, to a degree, borrow a little bit from Mage the Ascension at times.
Sure. Yeah.
They borrow everything from everything in the Matrix. That's
But-
what makes
but-
it neat.
It is, yeah.
They blend in a way that's unique and functional.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love in the new vampire game that Tremere has a move that will make another character's blood, like an enemy character's blood, start boiling. So they start yelling, which attracts everybody to them. And then they have
cool.
another spell that makes them a character explode in blood everywhere.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
So you can pull everybody in with the blood boil
And then explode them?
Yeah.
But to get the explode to happen, you have to hit them once with something.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you'll hit them with that, and then you have to you have telepathy for some reason, which is
Okay.
kind of
it's-
dumb. But
Basically, every vampire is a little different, but it's not just, hey, we're basically playing, Grand Theft Auto with vampires. It's, hey, you're having to deal with the politics of all the other clans, which is what they call a class.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then you have to deal with, like, say, dealing with the monsters and then the anti-vampire organizations.
the production values in the game are very good too. The character models and all the characters look really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, stupid joke question. What class would you pick if you were building a Twilight-style sparkle vampire?
Thinblood.
Thinblood.
I was gonna say Toreador.
No, they're Thinbloods because they're not that affected by daylight like the other vampires are, and their power set is real minuscule compared to the standards.
Gotcha.
I don't know, Edward's still pretty strong.
Yeah,
and
he's
stuff.
he's a late gen vampire. Like basically, the way you determine how strong your vampire is you have a generation. So basically, the more points you spend, the further the earlier generations you are, so you have more power. But
Gotcha.
a Thinblood is you are like the brand new.
You were
generation.
just turned kind of
basically,
situation.
your blood essence is so low that you have the least amount of power.
You were a thrall that has recently turned into basically.
And-
Okay, interesting.
And certain vampires will actually make it a point to remove all Thinbloods.
Gotcha.
But the worst part in the game when you have to play is that detective too. He has a completely different power set than your main character.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they're all like social like moves that would be really cool on their own if it was a separate game.
Yeah.
But to be suddenly like exploding people's blood out of their body and then come to a screeching halt, and now I have to like
Interview people.
Yeah. And also, you still have to walk through the open world as the detective, but you can't use all your fun traversal stuff that you have as the other guy.
Right.
Do you think it would work better if you were able to have at least some customization on the detective character as well? Like, they give you the social stuff because you have to have it for the plot line, but you can pick an extra ability or two that makes it a little more unique. Would that work a little better with it?
Or maybe if you got to choose when you played as which one. Like in
sure.
Alan Wake 2 does, there's 2 characters in that game, and it's up to you when you want to play as which one.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Because
Gotcha.
that would make a lot of sense, because sometimes you do want to sit down and take it slow and play what's essentially a point-and-click adventure game.
You kind of have to balance out the two so that you get the full information and so to progress in the game.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Okay,
I would like that because Vampire is not just a game of, okay, you put all these points into combat magic. It's like, no, you can put a ton of points into just resources and just have organizations that'll back you, clientele, bases, all that kind of stuff.
Boy, that sounds almost a little bit like Cyberpunk. The tabletop. A little bit.
I've played the tabletop, actually.
Oh, you have?
Yes, I played it right when COVID was, happening 5 years ago.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, I remember playing that and did a demo for it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was a nice, simple D6 system, but we were basically playing tenants in an apartment complex that was about to get taken over, and the party decided to fight back and try and keep the apartment complex.
Okay, so it's like a reverse the raid.
Yeah. Well, but they're also, as I
Or
described,
Dread.
Yes, actually, probably a little bit more like Dread because I made it a very Die-Hard like scenario.
Nice.
I miss the computer stuff that the original Vampire had too. They took all that out in the sequel because you play as a super old vampire and also a 1920s vampire, so neither of them really know how computers work.
I mean, it would make sense if you're playing a La Sombra because they're basically allergic to technology. Like technology a computer would just straight up just turn off if La Sombra showed up here.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
But in the first game, like you could actually like use the computers and you typed in like DOS prompts.
Oh, really?
Stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It was
that's
really cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, anything else before we jump over?
That's all I've got.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll just go ahead and jump right into the news. All right, so let's talk about some stuff here. Where do we want to start? Do we want to keep going with some of the Stranger Thing because that's kind of horror based?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
So, the Stranger Things.
I don't know. It's not the scariest thing we have.
Maybe not. No, there's actually a pretty scary one right at the top of the list.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
Not to bury the lead,
But we'll definitely get there.
it
we
might
have
be,
to talk
it might
about
be
that.
the next thing we talk about. But no, the Stranger Things season 5 is the finale. I believe it's the last season, and the finale is going to be played in theaters as well as home media. I think that's really cool. They did the same thing with like the Downtown Arby's.
The several downtown are the new ones are just movies.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But, I think that's kind of cool. I mean, I honestly think the show is a little long in the tooth at this point. They maybe could have ended it a year or two ago, or they could have done their original idea where every season was its own standalone thing, because that was the original plan before season 1 blew up so big that they had to reuse the cast over and over.
Yeah.
And people love that cast.
People love that cast, yeah.
The teeth were so long,
Just
like
the longest
vampire teeth.
That's it, exactly. Yeah, hey.
Or Dracula teeth.
Dracula teeth, yes. I love it in Venture Brothers when they said Dr. Orpheus had a Dracula medal.
Yeah,
Like
because he does.
Because he does. He has a Dracula medal, like he won the Dracula events, But no, I think that's really cool that it's going to theaters. I hope that it's a satisfying ending and not like a wet fart.
I feel like it might be.
It very
I
well
don't
might
know.
be. Again,
It might, because the problem is last season they fought a literal god from D&D. Like, where do you top it aside from like time travel or space?
Two D&D gods.
And it's been so long too. It's going to be hard to get people to invest again. I feel like I almost didn't watch the last season until people started talking about how good it was. I'm like, well, okay.
Well, you twisted my arm.
Yeah.
Okay, so next thing. This is actual, real life, actual scary. So TwitchCon was last weekend. TwitchCon is a big convention out in California that used to be for fans to meet their favorite pseudo celebrities.
They're Oshi.
But for I've actually listened to a couple people's accounts of what it's like now, just like on its own, and they say basically it's for the actual pseudo celebrities on Twitch to meet brands. Like it's the fandom is played down significantly.
Oh, it's a shame.
Yeah, but no, in this one, this season
on Twitch.
This season
which
on Twitch.
kind of is,
It is kind of the way it goes.
There's a
TwitchCon
revolving cast of
It
characters.
kind of does, but there is a large Twitch streamer named Emiru. She started doing like cosplay streams and stuff, like still does cosplay streams.
She looks like a witch cursed a porcelain doll to be alive.
Yes, kinda. Yeah. I am only tangentially aware of her stuff. I've never sat and watched one of her actual streams, but YouTube,
No, but I know of her.
YouTube Shorts spits out a lot of her like stuff, and she's collaborated with a bunch of people. I think she's actually part of a a network or was part owner of a
Yeah.
TKO network.
OTK.
That's the ones.
Right.
OTK. That's it.
She at least used to be. I don't know if that's still a thing or what. I don't know. I don't keep up with it that much.
Again, tangential. But during a meet and greet photo op session, Twitch security really beefed it by allowing just some random guy to run up during a photo op and try to kiss her.
Just give her a big old non-consensual smooch.
Yeah, and that is a serious, amazingly serious security breach. Because what if the guy had more nefarious things in mind? What if he was out to injure someone? It's unreal. And TwitchCon hasn't had a sparkling record to begin with. There was a streamer a while back who, I guess they had a ball pit. They had like
it was a foam pit.
A foam pit. Like it was like a ball pit, but they had like square foam or whatever.
And there wasn't enough foam in that.
Wasn't enough foam,
pit.
And the design had a nice metal pipe running all the way down the middle of it. Ooh. And this streamer jumped in and broke her back. Had to have surgery. Big, huge thing. I think they ended up settling out of court for it, but like it was a whole problem. It sounds like every year TwitchCon gets a little worse and a little less secure.
Yeah. And the security guard that did stop the guy wasn't TwitchCon staff. It was Emiru's own personal hire.
Yes.
And not even her top tier security pick, because previous years something kind of like this had happened, and her security guard that she had hired held the guy down until the police came.
Jeez.
And Twitch got mad about that and banned her security guard from ever coming back.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's incredibly dumb. Wow. That,
initially the guy that did it this time was the punishment that Twitch had decided, 30-day ban from twitch.tv, the website.
That's nothing.
Yeah, Emiru's management had to come back and be like, you got to do something more than this.
Yeah.
And then Twitch eventually went, okay, he's banned from the event and the website both forever.
Yeah. And I have heard that she is seeking,
she's pressing charges.
Charges. Yeah.
Which, do that.
Absolutely do that. But it just really shows Twitch. I mean, we're on Twitch. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to be like, hey, these guys suck, but they seriously need to look deeper into their standards and practices, especially in real life situations.
Well, they leave it to their own users to moderate their own chats.
That's true.
So they can't even moderate a live event.
Yeah. Well, what do you think is going to change about TwitchCon next year because of this? Because I'm guessing not much.
Not much.
Not much.
Yeah.
How many times did it take people rushing the stage at the Game Awards for Jeff to do something?
Oh, jeez. But you know what? At least in that case, it got him talking.
Yeah.
It got him talking about the Game Awards, because otherwise, it's just Jeffy's game show.
Yeah.
It's not like they can't afford to properly secure these events too. They've got
they have
Amazon money.
Yeah. Listen, PAX has dipped a bit over the years in things, and they do a significantly better job with
you
their
never
security.
Hear about stuff happening there.
You never hear about it. Yeah. So I don't understand why.
I like how
this happened.
PAX has outlived Penny Arcade almost.
Like
they still make that comic, but nobody I don't hear anybody talking about it.
Webcomics kind of, as a whole, it's kind of dropped off.
It's kind of a shame. Yeah.
I know Scott Kurtz has transitioned fully to graphic novels and young adult readers. About his D&D characters.
He was in Columbus for Cartoon Crossroads, apparently.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Really? I would, you know what? He's a controversial guy. He has some opinions that maybe aren't the best. Not like serious ones, but like
I don't care for how he treated Chris Straub.
No, I don't either. But it would still be kind of nice to meet the guy, because I used to listen to their Webcomics Weekly podcast. It was him and Chris Straub and
Brad Geiger
and Dave Kellett. Dave Kellett, the guy who does Sheldon. And that show was great because they seemed like they were all really good friends. I even met Brad Geiger before. I have a piece of art hanging up in the house of his. But yeah, no, it's weird that webcomics were such a big thing there for about 10 to 12 years.
Yeah.
And now they've all kind of gone by the wayside. Although I don't look at the Webtoons app with their stuff. I'm sure it's still really big.
And that feels like a different thing for some reason. I don't know.
It does. The Webtoons thing almost feels like it is. It's people are still making their webcomics and trying to get out there, but it almost seems like it's a test bed for transferring those ideas to other media.
Right.
Because wasn't Sweet Home?
Yeah. There's a bunch of anime too.
A bunch of anime stuff that came from Webtoons. Well, wasn't One Punch Man? Maybe not like the actual Webtoons, but it was part of one of those collective things when it first started.
Yeah, I mean, I used to want to be a webcomics guy so bad.
Oh, I did too.
Right.
I did too. And
look what happened.
Well, we're still on the internet.
True.
Right.
We are on a local radio station. Not many people could say that. All right, so a couple other things here. Cody, you found this one. Mario is getting a Macy's Day Parade balloon.
This Thanksgiving, Mario, for his 40th birthday, is getting a Macy's Day Parade balloon, which, it's about time. I feel like he should have had one before Sonic did.
You would think so.
Yeah. He'd be a culturally significant enough figure that he warrants one.
Yeah. Although, if they were basing on, non-game media for the balloon, what other ones would they have? Would they make a giant inflatable Lou Albano?
Yeah.
Will they play the Do the Mario song as they march down the street?
Oh,
people are going to be swinging their arms from side to side. Yeah.
I wonder how they'll do how they'll dress up the people holding the balloon. If they'll probably dress like the employees at Super Nintendo World, Universal,
probably. I bet the dancers are going to be multicolored folks in overalls, like dance overalls.
Right.
Because there's always like a dance break or something like that with those. Yeah, I don't know. It's really cool that they're finally getting a balloon.
It just feels like it's about time.
It's about time.
And if there was a Mario balloon when I was a kid in this parade, I would have lost my mind.
Oh, yeah. I remember how big a deal it was when Pikachu got in it.
Yeah.
And it seems like if Pikachu was in it, Mario's should be there. Will they have a mascot Donkey Kong?
They should.
Trundling about.
They should.
I wish they kind of would have did something more interesting with the design. It looks like Cape Mario flying without the cape.
Yeah.
They should have... Honestly, they should have put the wing cap from Mario 64
That would have
on
been
him.
better.
That would have looked good.
Yeah, that would have been better.
And it wouldn't have been too busy like the cape would have been too much.
Yeah, the cape, I'm sure they probably thought about it and tried to see, okay, can it be an inflatable cape? No, that's a bit extreme. Can it be a cloth cape? No, because unless there's really strong wind, it's not going to flap. And if there's strong wind, the balloon's also just going to take off. Wasn't it like back in the early 90s that the Garfield balloon either started to float away because they couldn't hold on to it, or deflated halfway through or something like that? There was some balloon.
A Sonic balloon popped once.
That's what it was.
Okay.
That's what it was. A Sonic balloon popped. That's it. Yeah.
And their rings exploded all over the place.
Yeah. He couldn't even grab one of them. Yeah. Okay, so what else do we got here?
The Simpsons are coming to Fortnite, I guess. They're teasing the Simpsons really heavily in Fortnite. Josh is the one that knows about Fortnite.
Josh would be the one.
He's not here.
This might have to come back next week, but this is fresh, so let's talk about it.
Right now, a cell shaded tree has popped up in one specific location.
Okay.
Of the map that's I guess is going to keep growing into the treehouse tree. I guess.
Oh, interesting. So if you're going to get a playable Homer, is he going to be super buff like they had to do with Peter?
I hope not. I don't think so.
Okay, he's a little more human shaped.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. But no, I mean, hey, Fortnite has become Ready Player One at this point, where every media that's ever existed is going to end up in it somewhere.
It only makes sense that the Simpsons show up at some point.
In 20 years, we're going to be playable in Fortnite. They're going to run out of ideas, and they're going to be like, okay, mid-tier podcasters from Central Ohio, now's your time to shine.
But it's the rumor going around, I guess, is that the map is going to turn into Springfield, which that would be cool.
That's really cool. That's really cool. I wonder how big of a Springfield will it be? You're gonna get a Quickie Mart.
Yeah,
right?
Quickie Mart, you'll get the house.
You'll get the house. Well, you
You
get
get the school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the nuclear plant.
The nuclear plant
Will
is
you
a
get
big
the
one.
Matlock Expressway?
Oh, I wonder if they'll put in a monorail.
I bet they do.
Yeah.
May as well go all the way.
Yeah. Will one of the emotes be a shrub is going to appear in front of Homer and he slowly slides out and then slides back in?
Yeah, it just phases it out into it.
Yeah, yeah. Will they exchange the Chug Jug for like a donut or a Duff beer?
A Duff beer.
It can't be a Duff
It'll
beer.
be a
because
Buzz Cola.
It'll be a Buzz Cola.
Cola.
That's it. That's the one.
Well, they'll just import the map from Simpsons Hit and Run.
I just saw someone apparently did a mod of that and turned it into Futurama.
Oh, really?
cool.
Yeah, it was
Oh, that's
pretty
really
dope.
cool. Has Futurama been in Fortnite?
I think so.
Okay, well then, yeah, Simpsons
Yeah.
definitely should fit then.
Now we just need Disenchantment and then all the Matt Groenings.
Then all of them's in
Well,
there. Well, those
Life is
bunnies,
Hell has
the Life
to
is
be
Hell
in it
bunnies.
too,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, based on the first season of The Simpsons, they're already there because wasn't the Groening's thing was that Marge had bunny ears
Under her
underneath-
hair,
under
yeah,
her hair for
originally.
that first season. She was secretly a Life is Hell bunny.
Not anymore. though.
Not anymore. No. I'm glad that didn't stick.
Kind of just like how Krusty was originally going to secretly be Homer, but
Yeah,
that didn't work
because
either.
they look
Yeah.
exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love how they put a button on that when Homer became like the crusty party party guy who they sent
That's
out.
a good when he goes to clown college. That's a good episode.
Goes to clown college, and when they
I'm not going to let you hold me back anymore. I'm going to clown college. Oh, nobody expected him to say that.
that reminds me of the other one where Homer goes to college.
Homer goes to college.
Homer goes to college,
college.
and he tells the family, "Yeah, they're sending me to college for this." And Bart laughs and goes, "College, barber or clown?"
Oh,
I actually wrote a college dissertation on that episode.
Nice.
We had
Really?
a class where it was depictions of college in popular media, and everyone was picking like things like How High, the Red Man and Method Man
Animal
movie,
House.
Animal House, stuff like that. And I picked that episode because it is almost the antithesis of that.
Yeah, it's-
because Homer, it goes to it expecting the Wild Party movie version
And
of
it's
in college,
boring.
and it's actually played
Nerds.
really straight.
Yeah.
It's actually played really, really like an actual college setting that Homer,
Oh.
by his presence, eventually morphs into the movie version of it. Yeah,
I love when
found
he
that really.
just screams out of his car, the nerd!
Oh yeah. Okay, we got time for maybe one more here.
That Simpsons news story was a great vehicle for us to just make Simpsons references.
You know
for
what?
10 minutes.
Sometimes you just need that springboard. You know. Yeah.
I will remember that for any time there's Simpsons news to put it on the board.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, so one more. I'll let one of you guys pick.
Horizon Zero Dawn, the movie is they're starting filming? Is that what the news was?
They're going to start filming in 2026.
Okay.
But it was also an announcement that it's officially been greenlit and it's actually happening, because up until this point, it was being bandied about. It was like, we've been looking at directors, we've been looking at actors, but for the most part, nothing's been perfect, real about it. Horizon Zero Dawn, it would be a good... they would have to truncate the story significantly.
yeah.
But
I think they just need to cast Ashley Birch and have her get buff.
yeah, well,
to play
yeah.
Aloy.
She's already kind of buff.
Yep.
But yeah, I would love for them to do that. But they're going to cast someone that looks like Aloy. But I take that back. They're going to cast someone who looks like that AI
Yeah, the
Fix.
hotter version.
of when the angry internet gamer bros were
Have you-
like, "Oh, this character, she's not hot. Let me go fix it."
Have you seen the one for Atsu in Ghosts of Yote?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
where
have,
it's
and
just
that
like
is
her
so-
boobs are out.
That is rotten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Erika Ishii is a very pretty woman.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Anyway.
yeah.
Or, they're very pretty anyway. I hope the movie's good, but,
if you look at Erika Ishii and don't find her attractive, that's a you problem.
Yeah.
I feel like, regardless of what your gender is,
regardless of gender, because
Yeah.
she doesn't care about gender.
Yeah.
Who would you cast if you can't get Ashley Birch and get her buff with red hair?
Hunter Schafer. She can't be Zelda. They won't let her be Zelda, so have her be Aloy.
That's not bad. That's not bad. See, the problem is I don't know a lot of young actresses that
Yeah,
That can pull
me
it
either.
off.
That's why
that
I
can
said-
pull it off. Yeah, or just in general.
I just thought like
know.
kind of she's kind of like a strawberry blondie red color.
Yeah.
And I've seen Hunter Schafer with that color hair, I think.
And it would work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'll take it. That's fine.
I mean, she's not super buff for the role, but Aloy's pretty stocky though
Listen,
too.
everybody can get a little buff. I mean, look
Yeah.
at Chris Pratt.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's I think all of his common sense and comedy was stored in the fat.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he's great as Peter Quill, but, like, just look at anything outside of his actual opinions on things. Yeah, I think the common sense was stored in the fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His character on Parks and Rec was so funny.
I
dude.
wish that was just his real life. His
Yeah.
real persona.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not him.
Not quite the case. Burt Macklin,
Burt Macklin, FBI.
FBI. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Putting him with Aubrey Plaza, because he was like the
golden retriever.
the golden retriever, the big himbo,
And the black cat.
and the black
Yeah.
cat,
Right.
just like messing around. Yeah. That
Also,
show-
she should play the Black Cat
Yes.
in Spider-Man.
She should.
Yes.
It's
She
not,
should. That would be really
not
good.
a traditional casting, I would think, for that, but I think she would
I
do
think it would work really well. Yeah. Okay, well, I think with that, we've gone ahead and hit time, so we should go ahead and wrap things up. Parker, thanks again for being on the show, man.
My pleasure, and thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. We'll have to get you back on sometime other than a spooky month.
Maybe do
So-
an end of the year kind of a show.
Absolutely. You know what? We're putting it in the books. We're putting it out there, which means it's going to happen. End of the year, we'll get you back.
I still think we need to do an end-of-the-year awards show.
I'm in. All right. So you have been listening to Nerd Overload. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can find us each and every day over at nerdoverload.com. You can also email us at staff@nerdoverload.com if you have any comments or just things you want to nib in about the show. You can get a hold of us there.
You can give us a call on the Nerd Overload hotline. The number for that's 412-345-1413. Start putting in your nominations for the best of the year show.
Yeah, we're going to have to start planning now because, 3 months out. So, yeah, do that. Do that. You can find all of our back episodes on various podcast apps, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. We stream on Twitch. We're
doing it
on,
now.
We're doing it now. We're doing
doing
it now
it.
at this point. And finally, I'd like to thank Parker again,
Thank you once again.
coming on the show and helping us find some news for the program, and David Pencil for our intro and outro. So again, thank you all for tuning in, and we will be back next week. Parker, do you want to give the pizza out?
Oh.
Come on. You can do it.
Pizza out.